We're fueling. Sucking diesel. Right, we're all fueled up with diesel. Now we're going to make the very long journey over to the AdBlue. Put a bit of that in. Right, we've made the journey from the diesel tank over there. The AdBlue tank that's there. Now I'm going to put some of that in. It's horrible stuff. I don't know why they insist on having to use it. Right, there we are. You see the fuel and AdBlue. It's all filled up now. That will no doubt keep the environment happy for another couple hundred hours or so. So, what are we doing today? It's a very good question. I'm not even sure. The sheep are being sheared today, so there's some people in doing that. Craig, John, Bruce and Suzanne are down manning that station. I do need to feed the sheep at some time, but I'm not sure whether they need to finish shearing, put them all back and then I'll feed them. That might be the best way, so I'll park the wagon up, fed all the cows. We're going to feed the calves their creep. I'll go have a look at them a minute, and then I might do a little bit of tractor servicing. Always good to keep on top of that job. Now these guys let you know when they want feeding. They'll be here roaring, but calves are doing really well. Got them in the beef shed here now, all hurdled up so they can't escape, because they were being rather annoying and kept getting out. We've ordered a load of fittings for scaffold poles, so we can put scaffold poles all the way along. So we might do that today if they arrive. But we'll give them their cake a minute. That's these little guys fed. The in-calf heifers which are down there, they also get a little sprinkling of cake in the mornings. These guys here get 3 buckets each side, morning and evening, just to try and keep them growing. We'll be weighing them soon. Probably going to fit it in with TB testing in a couple of weeks' time, so we might see a bit of that. But yeah, we'll go and give those guys down there a sprinkle. I think I might have said these are in-calf heifers. They're not in-calf heifers, they will be in-calf hopefully next year. They'll go to the bull in April, but yeah, they're doing really well. To be honest, they probably, not all of them need the cake. There's some that could go to bull, like the weight they are now, but keep them going and have a nice even bunch of heifers hopefully. Yeah. Right, just getting ready to load up the wagon here for the sheep, because I can feed them in a minute. The shearers are cracking on. We just had a bit of a shifty round with some sheep, ran a load more down there that need shearing, and emptied sort of the backlog that they sheared out. So whilst the pens are empty of the ones they're now shearing, I'm going to bed up the pens with a straw chopper a minute, and then we'll do some feeding, and then I'll take you guys down there and see a bit of the shearing. Probably won't be able to have any of our audio down there just because they got the radio on, the guys that are shearing, which is fair enough, so I don't want to get a copyright strike, so I'll just do a little montage of what's going on down there. But we got straw. I think we're on to barley straw now as well, which is good. That goes a bit further than the wheat straw. See very well because the window's filthy, but bedded up that side now. Fielded this side earlier when they ran the sheep out originally, so they're all bedded. 2 pens of sheep to go back in there. Straw chopper, if I put the spout down, is all finished with then for the time being. You might just have to bed up the platform sheep in the other shed later on, but that's where they're holding the farm sheep at the minute, and also that's where they're shearing, so can't do that whilst they're there. Here she is. Now someone asked me on my TikTok the other day if I could do a video about the eye-tech on the John Deere, which is these 4 little buttons here. I'm not sure there's enough to make a whole video on these things, but I'll just very quickly run you through what I know about it anyway. So if we go to menu, applications, eye-tech, this is what we currently have ours set up as. So 1 and 2 are set for mowing, so although there's no name to it, it's just spool valve function. So currently they're locked because they're not being used, but what you do is you assign them to this joystick, one way or the other, and then it'll be the same for outer work. Basically all it is at number 1, when we're mowing, if I press it here, we'll put the front hydraulic valve and whatever one I have set on the back into float, so the mowers go down into float. And then out of work is the same 2 remotes, but the other way round, so the front one comes up first, back one comes up second, and it's on a timer, so they pump oil for I think it's 3 seconds, so it gives them enough time to get up out of the way of the grass. The drilling was a bit more complicated, so because nothing's hooked up at the minute, it's not showing on here, but basically we had it set so that when I pressed number 3, the drill would drop, the power shaft would click in, so that would go into gear, and it would set revs up to I can't remember what it was, but anyway, up near 540 for the power harrow drill. And then 4, which again is not set up at the minute because there's no drill on, was again the opposite. So when I press number 4, it would cut the revs, cut the power harrow, lift the drill up out of the ground, and Bob's your uncle. So it's really interesting how it all works. I'll explain it a bit better when we go mowing again in the spring or summer, just to show you. But yeah, someone asked, so I thought I'd show you. Right, hopefully you guys can see a bit of what's going on. So we'll put a couple of ton in the wagon. Might regret that, now I've got a blurry windscreen. Blurry, 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 blurry. Life's a blurry windscreen. So this is our first cut silage that we had made last year, or we made last year. The young stock and the sheep are getting this. It's a little bit wetter than the stuff we feed to the cows. It's just a bit better quality. The cows don't need quality at the minute whilst they're sort of dry. When they come to calve down, they'll go onto this, just so it helps them produce the milk for their calf. At the minute we're just trying to keep the condition off them so that they hopefully are in the right condition for calving. And it makes calving go a bit easier. Vice versa. What's happened here then, gents? Meow. Get these sheep fed here a minute. Last little bit coming out of the wagon now. What I do then is change it into 1000 speed, just turns the rotors that little bit quicker, chucks any that's on the flights off. That's feeding done, so go down and see what the what's going on in the shearing shed.
Yeah, I'll try.
Okay, you silly one.
I'll go with that.
Yeah, I'll try for that. Are we going to be able to stop the other half?
No chance. Not even with heroes.
Right, all the farm sheep are now sheared, so just got the platform ones to do, but they'll be a bit easier because they're already in the shed where we're shearing. So we'll go down there and carry on with a bit more of that. Then we'll have a big tidy up at the end, feed some more calves later on, and we will have to probably feed the sheep as well, I suspect, because we've run out of food as well. Right people, the guys are still down there shearing, so we saw a bit more of that. I think there's some water on the screen here. Better. They're still down there shearing. We need to feed the sheep tonight, and they have bales down there in that shed, and they take a little while to mix up in the wagon. So I'm going to go get some bales, put one mix in, go and get the other bale, spit one out, mix up so it's all ready. So when they finish shearing, we can scrape all the muck away and feed the sheep. So I hope you enjoyed the little montage of the sheep there. I don't really do much with the sheep, so it's quite interesting to have a go with the shearing. I've never rolled a fleece in my life, so that was another new experience. But yeah, we'll go and get some bales, we'll mix them up. Now, as you're about to see, the weather has taken a disgusting turn for the worse. It's a really nice morning this morning, red sky, cold, crispy, frosty. Now it's disgusting and wet and humid and muggy. I've got a feeling some of that bear went the wrong side of the wagon. Don't know why this is misted up. We've got the aircon on and the window open. It should all just be nice and clear. Anyway, blue bale, I choose you. Got a little tiny patch of mould on this bale, just there. Must have had a little hole in it, which is a bit annoying, but be alright. So leave the Manitou there a minute. We'll spit the other bale out, I think. Mixed up both bales. I spat one of them out in one of the other silage pits. Got one in here that still needs a bit of mixing, so I'm going to drive down to the shed, just stop outside and leave him mixing, and give the guys a bit of a hand to sort stuff out down there. By the time we've done that, he should be good to go. Just stop here for the time being, leave him mixing. Right, so we spat one bale out. Phil's just loading us up with the silage that we spat out against the wall earlier. This is the other half of the shed. So I've just got the wagon mixed in, so it'll chop it up a little bit more when he chucks it in. Round bales are notoriously hard to get out of this wagon, so we want them mixed up as well as you can, really. Only problem now is they all sit on top of the spiral, so I'll have to get out when I've got as much of it as I can out and pull it all off and chuck it out. Thank you! Just to show how much difference it can be between bales, the first one we chopped up and put out for the blue sheep was 615. This green bale is 815, so a little bit wetter, but just as good. So we're going to chuck that out now. Right, job completo for another day. Just need to go and feed my calves. I'm outraged at Phil. He used my nice clean bucket to pick up all the muck on the floor. We have a muck bucket. But never mind. It's starting to get dark now, 5 o'clock. The evenings are drawing out a little bit. Right, that is another day on the farm done. We're just setting up everything here to go home. Manitou in the shed overnight. Got the world's slowest store coming down. I said to Phil, it's a shame that the wool's worth absolutely nothing, because I'd be interested to make some like jumpers or something out of it. We could have a JM Farming wool jumper from wool on the farm, but how easy that'll be, I don't know. Thank you very much for watching. If you want to follow me on any other bits of social media, it'll be on the bottom of the screen now. There are also links in the description. And yeah, that's the sheep sheared. A bit different. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, we'll see you again soon. Cheerio.